tightly to the railings, and although she still didn't look at Milo, he could see that her scarlet eyeshadow was streaked, as if she had been crying. "Do you live far, like?" he asked her. "Naka, but it's all right. My taxi's going to be here in a couple of minutes." "Okay, fair play. But I'm just about to go home to Garda myself, so I could easily give you a lift. It'd be free of charge, like, and we can go right now, so you wouldn't have to wait." The girl looked at him at last, and her eyes were sparkling with tears. Although her makeup was a mess, he could see that she was really quite pretty, with wide-apart brown eyes and a tip-tilted nose and full, pouty lips. He kept his hands deep in his coat pockets, and he gave her a shrug and a reassuring smile, as if it didn't really matter to him one way or the other if she accepted his offer, and that he was only being friendly. She lurched slightly and gripped the railings with both hands to steady herself. She said, "No, I don't know," and Milo had the feeling that she was going to turn him down. At that moment, however, two more young people came out of the eclipse. A tall, broad-shouldered boy in a red and green striped sweater and a brown trilby hat like Freddie from Nightmare on Elm Street, arm in arm with a curly-haired blonde. The blonde was dressed in a scarlet spandex suit with huge red feathery wings attached to her back, and she had two red horns sticking out of her hair. An angel from hell. The boy in the Freddie costume caught sight of the girl in the black dress in J. Casey's doorway and immediately turned his back, pulling the red-dressed angel even closer to him and ostentatiously kissing her. When she saw that, the girl let out a mewling sound in the back of her throat, like an abandoned kitten. The boy kissed the angel again, surreptitiously looking sideways at the girl to make sure that she was watching. It was then that the girl turned to Milo and said, "All right, yes, if you can give me a lift home, that'd be grand. Killiney Heights, do you know it?" "Of course, yeah. Come on then, give me your hand. Don't want you falling over in the road, do we, and making a holy show of yourself." He helped her over to the Opal and opened the rear door for her. When she had managed to topple into her seat, he walked around the car and climbed in the other side, so that he was sitting close to her. Garrett was already in the driver's seat, his dark eyes floating surrealistically in the rear-view mirror. "My name's Milo, and this is my friend Gar," said Milo. "What's your name, love?" The girl was still silently sobbing. She had raised her left hand to the side of her face like a horse blinker, so that she wouldn't be able to see Freddie and the evil angel kissing each other. "Siobhan," she said miserably. "So what's upsetting you, Siobhan? Is it that fella in the stripy jumper? You're one meeting that Bjor with the wings?" "He's my boyfriend," said Siobhan. "Well, he was my boyfriend, and that's supposed to be my best friend, Clodagh." Garrett turned around in his seat and said in his hoarse voice, "How about I go over and give him a good hard dock for you?" Siobhan shook her head. "No, that'll only make things worse. Just take me home, please. Killiney Heights, the blue house, right at the end by the playing fields." "No bother at all," said Garrett. He started the engine and steered the Opal away from the curb. As he reached the end of Oliver Plunkett Street and was about to turn left into Grand Parade, he glanced in his mirror and saw the taxi that Siobhan had ordered on her Halo app arriving outside the eclipse. He smiled to himself, but said nothing. "That fiend San Pedro," said Milo. "Look at you, girl. You're twice as good-looking as that so-called friend of yours. But if you can't trust him, like, he's not worth the full of your arse of boiled snow, believe me." Siobhan didn't answer, but rummaged in her bag for a crumpled tissue so that she could wipe her eyes and blow her nose. They crossed Patrick's Bridge, over the River Lee. A crowd of young kids were gathered under one of the street lamps, smoking and larking about, and passing a large bottle of cider around. After they had reached the other side of the river, however, instead of turning left along the embankment towards Knocknaheeny, Garrett drove straight ahead up the steep slope of Bridge Street, and then turned